Hi guys. Hi everyone. So we are live. Hi. Okay, so we are live now. Feel free to join. But first of all, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share this. Just message me, guys, if you wanna message. Why is it my voice almost doesn't come out? I don't know why. Okay, so okay. And then I'm gonna take a break because it's dinner time. I need to eat. Feel free to message or drop a comment, please. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm waiting for your comments because I'm also sharing this live session. Okay, guys, so let me eat. While waiting, I need to eat. I'm hungry. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back. Hello, everyone, for those who are viewing, watching right now. Greetings from Ottawa. It's summer. No, not summer yet. Officially, the summer would start June 21st, and now it's only June 1st, first day of June. um, so it's still spring and it's raining, but it's good for the plants. I have plants right there. And I have plants also in my balcony. And I feel cold. It's been cold lately, actually. Something you don't really expect in springtime. Well, yeah, some days during the spring, but it's almost summer. That's why people in Ottawa are now complaining, oh, it's still cold and it's raining, and yeah. By the way, guys, the time here in Ottawa is 7:42 p.m., so almost 8. But you can see in my background, it's still, there's still hayag, hayag pa. Because when it's summer, the days are longer. So daylight is longer. And that's why, and it goes up to 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And when the summer starts in June 21st, the daylight will go up to 9 something, 9:30 p.m. Let me know what time is it in your location, in your time zone. What time is it? Kunyan ako mag-start sa akong IELTS questions. Because I'm hungry. Okay, to my viewers. I look for the questions. IELTS Part 1 questions. Okay, I have here the topic is places and traveling. Let's check that out. Do you like traveling? I don't know if I used these questions recently. It's hard to remember. But okay, so let me answer that question. Do you like traveling? Oh, yes, I do, definitely. The only thing that doesn't like me to travel is my pocket or my bank account. It's expensive to travel, but I wish there would be free travels. I can travel free, hop on a plane, board a plane for free, but we know that it's not possible. Okay, so yeah, I love traveling. Okay, next question. What place do you most like to visit? I think I did this question before. Let me change the topic. Okay, let's try movies. Do you like to watch movies? That's the thing. No, I don't like watching movies, but of course, when I see people, friends who love watching movies, I'm happy for them. Um, I know it's a pastime for them um, when that's how they want to spend their leisure time, that they can enjoy that time when they're away from work. There's no um, household chores. So yeah. So next question. What sort of movies you mostly like? Okay. I love if I ever watch a movie, I love to watch the ones that are called rom-com, like romantic comedy. I think, and I know that there are many who also love this kind of movies. It's fun. If it's a feel-good movie, after you watch, you feel really good. You keep laughing when you remember those scenes. So yeah. Next, do you have a particular favorite? Okay. Yeah, I think which one? I had so many. I watched so many. There was this movie. Um, it was played by Reese. That's her screen name. I don't know what's the other name, but yeah, she was supposed to be. She was playing a role of a dumb blonde. Like it's the stereotype that when you are blonde, you are or a blondie, you are dumb. But she kind of proved that it was wrong. She became, I think, a lawyer in that movie. So I think that was nice. Okay, last question for part one. Who is your favorite actor? Favorite actor. It's, it's hard to say. Hmm. Okay, I think I love sometimes it's hard to remember the names. Um, what's the what's the name? Anne Hathaway, I think, who played the role of Cinderella. So yeah, I like her. I like her beauty. Um, I like her face. Yeah. I don't know about acting, but I think she's good. But of course, there are also other actors that are super good. Okay. So let's do the cue card later. Let me step out. But I'll be back, okay? Drop me a comment if you like. Okay, guys. Okay, I'll be back. Hi, everyone. Let's continue with our questions. So now let's do the yeah, yeah. Okay, so here's describe a photo that you took and are proud of. Okay, so describe a photo that you took and are proud of. Can get a timer. I wish I can get a timer, but anyways, I'll just speak about a photo that I took. It's hard, so many photos. Okay, so I think over the years I've been taking photos, selfies, uh, most of the time with friends and someone that very close to me, for example. But if I have to describe one that I've really liked and I'm very proud of, it is the one that I took. This was like 2 years ago, and uh, in the photo was my sister. It was a nice photo. It was a happy. You can see. So there were two of us in the photo, and there were happy faces. My sister was smiling. I was smiling, and behind that also smile is really a good condition of the heart. So yeah, I'm very proud of that photo because, and in fact, I put that as my profile photo um, for, sorry, for my WhatsApp. Also because my sister my sister was very ill at that point, and at that point, there was no, it was irreversible. Her condition was irreversible. So that is something precious to me that I want to hold on to because during that day we were so happy, and because she was in the Philippines and I lived here in Canada. I've lived in Canada, so I had to go fly to the Philippines to visit her. So that day was a reunion for us, and especially also that she was sick and she was happy to see me visiting her and was willing to stay with her in that condition. I think I've been talking more than 2 minutes now, so I think that's yeah, that's it for for the cue card. So let's move on to our part 3 questions. Part three. Okay, let's try technology and life. Let's see what are the questions. So first question, so I'll just answer three questions. I'm still waiting for comments, guys. But anyways, because I don't want to miss anyone commenting and I can't even like interact because I don't see it. So I keep monitoring the screen also for your comments. Okay, first question. What are the differences between the life in the past and at the present? So I think I can name two differences. For example, in the past, you there are so many, right? But it will take me a year to tell you what are the differences. But uh, I want to mention technology. For example, in the past, you have to, when you write someone, when you send photos, for example, um, and the person that you send those photos to uh, lives, for example, in another part of the world. So you have to post that mail with your photos, and it would take like maybe 2 weeks, sometimes more than that if there's problem in that area with their postal, postal location, for example. For example, here in Canada, sometimes we will have a strike. So workers are not working. And so your letters would not get there if you send a card, for example. So people are still sending cards by post. So anyways, that's one difference because now you can just post your photos. You can update your relatives, your families with your photos, what's happening with you during the day or during the recent days. You just post your photos and yeah, you don't have to, and it's right there. It would take only a few minutes for the person to receive it. So that's one. Another difference is that now people can, because of the globalization, people travels, people, there is internet, social media. So people can access news or breaking news from other countries right away. Like if that was broadcast, or if a news is broadcast uh, right now, then people all over the world can watch it. So, but then before, if for example, I was born and raised in the Philippines, it's hard to access those news from the US right away. Maybe it would take you maybe days if you know the the fastest time, the quickest time you can access those news, maybe days, but now you can even watch it live. So those are the differences from the past and the present. Okay, so next question. What are the impacts of electrical equipment on humans' life in the past 10 years? Electrical equipment. Okay, impacts of electrical equipment on humans' life in the past 10 years. Well, in the past 10 years, it's been like we have this advanced technology already. So electrical equipment, I don't know, maybe I can name electrical equipments, let's say I don't know, so many. it's hard. What are the electrical equipments? Okay, a guitar. So, but then guitar existed, electric guitars existed already in the past. But in the past 10 years, for example, if you have an electric guitar, um, you can always have a small amplifier that you can take with you uh, without really like having like that heavy equipment, because you can buy just this size of an amplifier and you can take it with you, and there is a radio in there. I have one. So when I went to the Philippines, I didn't have to bring my big amplifier. That would be really, I don't know if when I boarded the plane, if I could even, take them with me. Anyway, so that's one example. That's the difference. Every, I think every equipment now gets really um, very handy, very light. Uh, for example, telephones before you can only have phones at home, but now you can take your cell phone everywhere, and that's the difference. So yeah, that's all I can say about electrical equipment. It's hard to, anyways. So next question, what are the advantages and disadvantages of computer and internet? Well, as I mentioned before, like if you want to send a letter to someone, to a loved one, for example, it would take weeks. But now, because of the internet and computer, it's easy. You can email and you can attach documents. So it's been easier for the past 10 years. And when you apply for a job, sometimes you apply a job and you are not even in the country. So maybe you are overseas, you can apply for a job, um, and by just, sending emails, your resume, and then for an interview, you don't have to be there in person. You can be just interviewed via WhatsApp or like Google or Zoom. So there's so many like virtual conferences that you can do that. So that's the advantages. It's fast now, and you don't have to be in the location. You can always do like meetings, for example. Yeah, that's the advantages. So I think that's about it, guys. Okay, fourth question. Do you have a mobile phone? What are its advantages? Okay, yes, I do have mobile phones. I think nowadays it's kind of a necessity because most of the people, they have their mobile phones, and they expect also that when they communicate with you, they communicate uh, through a cell phone, meaning sending messages or calling you wherever you are. You don't have to be home. You before they would people would wait until you get home or you get to your office so that they can, um, get hold of you or can reach you by phone. But now, for example, they know you are on a bus and it's convenient for you to talk or to text. Then yeah, like you can just communicate. So that's, to me, that's the advantage. I have a friend that she doesn't have a cell phone, and the thing is, there are times that we really have to communicate because of something very important. And sometimes I'm already, for example, we agreed to meet up somewhere. And if I know that, for example, I know that that's the time we meet up, but then I know I couldn't get there on time because of something, that makes me delayed. I cannot even communicate with her like, oh, I'll be there 5 minutes late or something like that, so that she doesn't have to worry. She knows that I'm coming. She knows that I didn't forget or something. So yeah, the advantage is you are always on your, you're always updated what's happening. Uh, and you can update others also what's happening. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm taking a break and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. So we're gonna start again for part one questions, cue card, and part three questions. Sorry. Okay, let's check for questions. Questions. Let's try another topic. Okay. Part one. Let's check. Ooh. Okay, let's try animals because I have a cat. Okay, do you like animals? Oh, yes, absolutely. I have a cat and I love him. I love him. Yeah, more than words can say. Uh, I like, I love also other animals, but I think it's because it runs in my family. My mom had cats, always had cats before while I was growing up. And so all of us in the family, even my nephews and nieces, they like cats. So we're a cat family. Okay, what's your favorite animal and why? Okay, so because I always have cat, so I think I consider that as my favorite animal. And it's because I feel like they're very intimate. I mean, you can be intimate with them. You can take them to your bed and they can lie down next to you. And it's okay. It's not like they're big or they're loud or anything. Like my cat, he is very well behaved and quiet. Although sometimes when I take him to my bed, he would step on my face, all over my face. So that's the only downside. But overall, is very, yeah, it's amazing. Now, are people in your country fond of animals? Yeah, they are very fond of animals. And as I noticed growing up in my neighborhood, most people they have cats. That's also the thing, but dogs too. But I think for dogs, it's more like a protector. You want to have dogs in your home because you know that dogs can protect you. Like they can uh, they bark on people, on strangers, for example. So um, you are you're protected from burglary or something like that. Okay, now what kinds of animals are a pet what kinds of animals as a pet do the people have in your country? Okay, cats and dogs. So it's either cats or dogs, but sometimes also both. So some families they would have cats and dogs in their home. But like I also mentioned earlier that for dogs, when we have dogs as our pets, it's more like a protector because you want to feel safe from strangers, whoever comes to your house or near your house, and they have bad intentions. Dogs can sense it, so it would it can it can signal you that okay, you're in danger, or they bark or something like that, so you can be prepared what to do. Okay, so yeah, but cats also, I think the reason that most people in my country prefer cats, I don't think it's a preference, but it's just that cats are easier to get because they're small, they're not big. Well, for dogs also, when they are puppies, they're still small, but um, for cats also, it's because cats are more independent. You can just leave them uh, outside, or I don't know, not outside, but here in Canada, no. My cat is an indoor cat, so he doesn't go outside. Okay, so now last question. Do you think cities are suitable places for keeping a pet? Oh, it depends. Well, I live in the city here in Ottawa. Many people have pets. I think almost every household they have a pet. It's either dogs or cats or birds or um, rodents. No, just joking. Uh, Hamster. um, yeah. So and I think it's because here also in Ottawa, there are lots of parks, like parks that they can go take their pets. Although like I mentioned earlier, my cat is an indoor cat, so I don't usually take him out, but I still do sometimes. He doesn't like it. I mean, he gets so anxious and agitated. But I notice also that when I put him on his stroller and it's kind of covered, so whatever happens outside, like with cars racing or honking or loud noises, for example, ambulance or police cars, when he is inside his stroller, he is calm. He is calm. He doesn't get nervous. So okay, so that's it for part one, and let's do the part two question or the cue card. Okay. Describe an animal that lives in the water. Oh. How can I describe it? You should say what is it, how you know about it, is it common in your country, and describe the animal. Oh. uh, I don't know. Okay, so this is very strange for me to describe an animal that lives in the water because I've never really have a close contact with an animal like that. except for those, yeah, like there are those, because there are those in the Philippines, while growing up, I, I would hear about those animal that lives in the water, um, as like da dangerous, like crocodiles. Um, yeah, so let's say if I describe a crocodile, it's hard because I don't have, like I said, I haven't had a close contact with them. So even maybe their appearance, um, I only like saw them in movies or like magazines. There was this famous crocodile in the Philippines. It was in the Book of Guinness, uh, the longest and the largest, I think, crocodile ever. And his name was Lolong, but he already passed away. Um, yeah, it was huge, and people were saying that he already um, swallowed many, live humans. Uh, so that's scary. I heard about this crocodile that he had eaten several farmers in that area where he was captured, and several also, huge animals like carabaos, bulls, or buffaloes, something like that. And yeah, I'd seen it on the news. It was huge. I can't remember the exact measurement of that reptile. So yeah, but like I said, it was in the Book of Guinness because that was the largest ever, largest reptile that was captured, or that was, and there might be even larger than that, but wasn't known or haven't been captured yet. So yeah, that's all I can say about an animal living in water. And yeah, I can't think of anything anymore except fishes, different kinds of fishes. It's also, well, recently I had, like, you know, I had a close contact of those fishes, but they were in a pond because I stayed in a place where there was a pond where we could go for our walking exercise with friends. We would stop by at this pond, but we would just see them swimming, and they were in different colors. I think they are in the same species, but different designs, and colors. Well, mostly red, and then there were yellow colors with white patches. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, so next, part 3. Wanna come up? Dali, pakita dali sa YouTube. My cat. Come on, baby. You wanna come? Come. Come, baby. Hmm? Dali. Mani siya mo anhin basta kay siya komportable kay I have something else, or yeah, I have my phone. Come on. You wanna come? Okay. Let's continue. I'm gonna look for something that's similar. Hey guys, here he is. Look, my baby. Say hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Bonnie. Ako man yung palangga si Bonnie. Mag-hello ka. Ay, love you. I love you. I love you. Ay, 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 ay. Ay. Ano is that? Hmm. Okay. Part three questions. I'm looking for something similar, like animals. I can't find. Wala dyan. Okay, so let me just pull out something. Eating habits. Sige. Okay, so first question, tell me about the types of food that people eat in your country. Okay, I'll talk about people in my country of origin in the Philippines. So first of all, rice is very important. Steamed rice most of the time, but you can have variety. You can cook it in a different way. Let's say fried rice, and then you mix some vegetables and meat in there. It can be chicken or shrimps or pork. So yeah, and then steamed rice. I think my favorite is steamed rice because I can always have uh, my other dish more interesting or variety of that I can prepare and I can pair with rice. Yeah, most people when they eat or even if we have different kinds of dish, we always have rice. So if we eat fish, for example, fried fish, we always have rice with it. And if we eat chicken, fried chicken, or anything with soup, and pork chop, anything. So we always have rice. So that's your dish in your plate and rice also on the other side. Okay. So the second question, how are the eating habits now in your country different from eating habits in the past? Oh, I think in the past, most people, they are very, they stick to eating 3 times a day, one in the morning, one in the middle of the day, and then another meal before going to bed, or hours before going to bed. So, but nowadays, so the difference nowadays, people they don't eat breakfast, so they have this new style of having brunch. But it was something unheard of in the past. So now you combine the breakfast and lunch, so we call it brunch. I think this is very common also in other countries. And then in the evening, and because of this, like different kinds of diets to lose weight, so most people, they don't really eat dinner. They just maybe have some snacks. But before, you eat the same amount of how much you eat in the morning, and the amount you amount of food you eat in the middle of the day, and the amount of food you eat before, or like we call it supper. It's the same amount, but nowadays, no, you eat brunch and that's your heavy meal. And then in the and then in the late afternoon, you just have your snacks and that's it. And then you go to bed. So that's the difference, the eating habit. Okay, how healthy is your country's food? Okay. This is interesting because there are more and more fast food chains in my country, which were unheard of in the past, because we stick to traditional restaurants, um, eating rice and then vegetables, and then I've got some cat's hair on my face. Vegetables, meat, fish, but now, because there are many fast food already all over the city, then people are more inclined to go there. And I don't really know. It's either it's very tasty, but I don't know. I don't think it's tasty for me. My own opinion, they're not tasty. Okay, yeah, can be tasty, but traditional food is even tastier. So yeah, it becomes so because of that. I don't think the people in my country have become um, healthier when it comes to food, but I think it's the younger generation too. Although older generation, they're inclined to do that, but because of health issues, then they start to, like, okay, let's have this under control. They don't want to be very sick. So that's the reason. But uh, if there's no bad consequences of eating those fast food, those processed food, then I know all from different ages, all these people would really go eat in those fast food restaurants. Okay, so I think that's about it, guys. And I'll just take a break And then when I come back, I'll wrap it up, okay? Okie dokie. Okay, I'll be back. Ready ko. Bye, guys. Okay. So we're done. And I'll see you again next time. Okay, guys. Bye for now.